My name is Phil Andrews. I'm the General Manager for Red Hat for the Central Europe, Russia, Turkey, Middle East and Africa region. If you look at what happened with COVID, literally the world got shut down. If you were going to do business, generally you had to connect through the internet to your customer and develop ways of delivering services or products and engaging digitally, taking payments digitally, and making sure you maintained your customer digitally. So what we have seen is that's accelerated the adoption of technology that will support digital transformation, digital engagement, and open source is in the middle of that. It helps to power clouds, it helps to power integration, it helps to power companies that are delivering software as a service, big data, all of those technologies used to improve that. As a for instance, many of the big banks in the Gulf region are using Red Hat software in their digital journey towards digital engagement with their customers. Many have developed digital banking or engagement with customers around loans, so that they can provide all these services straight to a mobile, laptop or tablet, so the customer can be serviced. Transportation companies, governments the same. Red Hat technology is involved in all of those areas, government, banking, transportation, manufacturing. Many of these companies are now basing their digital journey on Red Hat technology. Well, I think you've got to look at where open source is being used and also the impact across those particular technologies. If we take IoT, for instance, firstly, Internet of Things is going to create massive amounts of data from high technology objects in daily use. Open source is used inside those objects to provide operating and program environments where software will work to collect data and information. Open source is also used in the telecommunication networks to provide the backbones and the technology to support very, very high data rates across technology networks. So in terms of IoT, it's becoming a core part. In terms of AI, ML, there are huge developments in open source now with technologies such as TensorFlow, high performance computing, also AI and robotics that are now becoming available to people to use from innovative open source developers. So these technologies are now coming out. As they become more enterprise class, companies like Red Hat will develop support mechanisms and the capability to deliver enterprise class support for these technologies. Get to know and partner with your vendor, because if your vendor knows open source particularly well, they know the communities, they know the use cases, they work with customers at the leading edge of digital transformation. And if you have the right mentality of collaboration and partnership with the vendor, there's so much that can be done together. So, for instance, majority of the customers we work with are heavily involved in a journey called digital transformation. When they get involved in that journey, there's no endpoint. You come up with a new product, a new service, you look for new partnerships in the market. The ability to create and develop new engagements, new products, new technologies becomes part of the customer's DNA in building their new digital businesses. Working with companies like Red Hat who go through this with many different companies in many different industries can bring a lot of insight to that journey. So have the executive relationship, have the technical relationships, make sure you partner for the journey because it is a long journey to go from, digital beginner to a digital native. And there are many things you can do on the way that can be very advantageous for the business.